Hello All Stars, Phoenix here. I thought I'd take you on a little tour of my off-road garage. No bigger reason than to show it off a little bit, because of course I'm very proud of it. It's my pride and joy. But I thought you might be interested to see what I've got and hear me ramble on about it for a little while. So yeah, here goes nothing. Here we go, sexy little minx coming on through. Alright, so as soon as we walk out, we've got the Sanchez. First and foremost, my favourite off-roader. I'm passionate about this thing. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Would recommend anyone getting one if you haven't got one. Bifter, don't use it too much, but a real fun little thing. I'm thinking of making a trail for it soon, actually. Then we've got my BF injection, which I am very attached to. I wish they would come up with a 4-wheel drive version of this, but even for 2-wheel drive, it's pretty damn good. Got a lot of pep to it. So if you want a challenge, go for it. BJXL. This is one of my newest additions to my garage. I posted about it on my Facebook page. I'm pretty impressed with it, to be honest. It's not a Huntley. It's not even in the top 2, maybe even top 3 rungs of SUVs, but it's good. Tiny bit top heavy, does like to roll occasionally, not quite as bad as the Mesa, but yeah, it's really good. If you like a challenge and you don't want to use a Huntley because it's just not challenging enough, I'd recommend it. Then you got the Landstalker, really great at climbing this thing. I'd say it's just a rung below the Huntley, same sort of level as the Ricotto. Really good. Clearance is obviously an issue, but you're always going to have that with SUVs. But as for climbing, it's a little badass. I'd recommend it. Over here, of course, I have a Sand King. Need it for clearance. The traction isn't the best in the world. There are off-road class vehicles that have better traction. But, hello. Yes, hello. Nice little wave there. But obviously with the Sand King, you got the clearance and you can bounce it up almost any climb, I would say. Obviously it's huge, so you will have some issues getting up some tighter climbs, but you know, it's a great all-rounder, and I would say it's one of the best first off-road vehicles that you could get if you're looking for something to use out of the box. Equally, I would always recommend people to get a slightly more challenging vehicle for their first off-roader, but that might put some people off, so Sand King's a good bet for your first one. Yeah, that's about all I can really say about the Sand King, so let's move on to the Mesa. I absolutely love this thing. I think it's gorgeous looking. It's one of my favourite looking off-road vehicles. It's challenge, it is a challenge, and it's top heavy and it rolls like a mofo, but I like a challenge, so me and the Mesa get on pretty damn well. Yeah, so if you like a challenge, get yourself a Mesa. Dubster. This is the newest addition to my off-road garage, and I was pleasantly surprised upon using it. I first got a Dubster back when I first started off-roading, and I didn't get on well with it, but I don't know what's changed, whether it's me or the car mechanics or whatever, but it works really well. It's a great SUV, climbs really, really well. Again, a bit top heavy, it does like to roll a bit, and the clearance isn't the best, but it's better than some SUVs. Wouldn't recommend rock crawling on the beach with it, but it does climb very well, so if you haven't got one, I would recommend giving it a go. Oh, look, there we go. Yep, I think at that point I was like, oh, let's go for a ride in the Dubster. But then I remembered, of course, I'm doing a garage run through. So I got my arse out of there and went on over to my beautiful Rusty Rebel. This is one of my favourites and has always been one of my favourites. It was the first off-roader I ever owned. And back then we didn't get on because I was a bit shit. But now we get on like a house on fire. It's not like a Sand King. It's not as responsive, and it takes some patience. Yes, that's right. Point at the damn Sand King. Yeah, it's a challenge, but once you master it, it's a badass. It really is. Once it starts crawling, it doesn't stop. Well, it does stop, but I would heartily recommend anyone picking up a Rebel if you're looking for a bit more of a challenge. If you're looking to move on from the Sand King, the Rebel is your next best bet, I'd say. So I'd say go for it. Oh, and now look, onto the Bodhi. My beautiful Bodhi. I am a big advocate of the Bodhi. Ignoring clearance issues, well, as much as you can ignore them, this is a badass. If they introduced a lift kit for this, I would probably never use a Sand King again. it's just fantastic. The amount of traction you get, it just climbs. It climbs for days. It grips better than any other off-roader I have, other than, of course, the Sanchez. But, you know, Sanchez in a totally different league. Yeah, but I love the Bodhi. I think it's fantastic. And it's definitely up there in my top 3 off-roaders that I own. So, and obviously you have the full lights on top. Who doesn't love that? And Mr. Raspberry Jam on the front as well. So, yeah. That's my off-road garage, guys. I would own all of them if I could, but I prefer to stick to what I know I'm going to use. So 10 is enough. 10 is enough for me. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little ramble fest, and hope you enjoyed having a little look around my garage. If you have any questions about any of my vehicles, feel free to comment or message me on Facebook or anything, whatever. Just let me know. I'd be happy to help. And if you're on the Xbox One, I'd be happy to let you try out any of my vehicles. Alright guys, hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. And yeah, I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.